It's another edition of Behind the Mic with AudioFile magazine. I'm Jo Reed. Alan Minskoff is with me. Hello, Alan.
Hi.
I am so curious to know what you're going to talk about today.
Well, in many ways, this is one of the more unusual audiobooks I have listened to in a long time, and not because it isn't well done, because it is extremely well read. And the name of the book is HEARTY, On Cooking, Eating, and Growing Food for Pleasure and Subsistence by Andrea, lowercase a, Bennett, lowercase b. And it's read by Panta Mosleh.
Okay, so these are essays?
These essays by Andrea Bennett are unique and food-centric. They are an editor and a writer, and they are exceptionally honest about their own lives. They are bipolar and estranged from their mother and has a number of physical ailments, and they are exceptionally honest about their life experience.
They wrote Like a Boy, but Not a Boy, which is really one of the most extraordinary books I've read.
I haven't read it yet, but I really enjoyed this. Let me point to some of the things that make this an exceptional listening experience. Their essay on seed saving is, and I read a lot of it, I think, as you know, a lot of books about environment, farming, food. It's simply the best piece of writing that I've experienced. Their work on seed saving and seed saving is very important. But that said, the most unique thing listening to these essays is that they are a cook who uses trial and error and writes about it in a way that very few people would.
So they talk about what goes wrong, and then they step back and reassess and move forward again.
And they try 6, 7, 8 times. But what is challenging is they are making gluten-free macarons, so that makes it that much harder. But you root for them.
And what about Panta Mosleh? Because I don't know her.
I don't either. First time I've listened to her, but she's an actress, so she gets the tone and tempo and does a very good job embracing the kind of principle that structures these essays.
I think it's really hard to narrate a book of essays.
Very.
Well, why don't we hear a little? Do you have to set this up at all?
This is the reason for being.
Okay. This is Hearty on cooking, eating, and growing food for pleasure and subsistence. It's by Andrea Bennett, read by Panta Mosleh.
In these food-centric interactions with friends and loved ones and kids and neighbors, there's space to be experimental and creative while also being nourished and practical. It's all pretty low stress. We eat things and we love them or hate them, or find them fine enough, and then they're gone. The process of eating several times a day helps with this, like an endless ocean of waves breaking on the beach. When we eat, cook, and grow food, we are implicated in cycles of birth and germination and harvest, in community, in pleasure. For me, it is a way to be grounded and connected to participate directly in life.
Panta not only has a good voice, she has really good pacing and intonation.
I couldn't agree more. She's strong. I think if I were the author, I would be delighted with her performance.
And is there an overall arc to the book?
There are relationships. I wouldn't say there's an arc because it goes everywhere from the pleasures and challenges of gardening to recipes to family to what their experience has been like as a kind of outsider.
And that is Hearty on cooking, eating, and growing food for pleasure and subsistence. It's by Andrea Bennett, read by Panta Mosleh. Thank you so much. What an interesting audiobook. I'll talk to you tomorrow, Alan.
And I look forward to it.
Behind the Mic is brought to you by Thomas Nelson, publisher of I Want to Trust You, But I Don't. Written and narrated by best-selling author Lisa Turkhurst. Available everywhere you get your audiobooks. I'm Jo Reed, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow, too.